Guys, today I am filming the intro for my year-long project pan of 2021. I'm titling this video Makeup I Want to Use Up in 2021. I've seen similar videos from Sarah Rose, Too Much Tosh, It's Just Steph, and Rebecca from Panning and Stuff. I will have all of their videos linked down below. I love all of those girls. You definitely need to check them out and subscribe to them. And I'm just really excited for a new year of project panning. However, as I mentioned in my Partners in Cream project, I have no idea what this year is gonna be like. I think we're all kind of in the same place. Everybody's been like, 2021, 2021. Y'all, Corona is still here alive and well, and 2021 is right around the corner. So just when it hits January 1st does not mean the world goes back to normal. But I am filming this video early as well. I'm filming this on December 12th, just so you know. But I don't know what this year is going to be like because of Corona, but also I'm going to be having my baby in April, so I don't know how much I'm going to want to be wearing makeup. And up throughout the time that I'm giving birth, I'm working from home, so I'm only wearing makeup for videos. So with the products I chose this year, I actually have a lot of rollovers for my 2020 project, which I don't love, but it's fine. I want to use these things up. That was the goal. So I have a lot of rollovers. I have some new additions as well. I still want to challenge myself, but I want to be realistic about what I potentially can have success in this year panning wise. So we'll see how everything goes. I still want to set myself some decent goals to work towards, but we'll see. So the reason that I'm filming this video in the middle of December but not posting it until January is because I start using my winter makeup products in December. And I've already posted the intro for my winter project pan, and some of those items are in this video because my goal is to use them up in 2021. So because I don't already have some empties or some spoilers, I just want to film the winter project intro and this intro close together, but I'm gonna post it in January, if that makes sense. I apologize for the long intro, and let's get into the products. So I have 24 items here, and then I have like one category I'm going to be working on as well. Everything is finished except for one product where I want to hit pan on two things. So we are going to just jump right in. The first thing is a primer that was a rollover from last year. This is the Touch in Sol No Poreblem primer, and this expires in November of 2021. So I have basically all year long to be working on this, which is great news. And this was marked up here, but it had been lying down, so I tried to mix it up, and it actually looks like it might be more down here, but I'm gonna have this sitting upright for a few days to settle. With this texture, it's been hard for me at least to get this to settle to see accurate progress, but we'll see where I'm at. So I might be here, I might be here, I might be somewhere in between. I want to try to use some deluxe size sample primers in my winter project pan, but starting spring, I will most likely start using this, and I just want to finish it by the end of the year. Next, I have a rollover foundation, which is the oldest one in my collection. This is the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage. I have the shade number 10, light beige. I am right here, and this foundation is too dark for me, so I do have to mix it with a lighter foundation. And this also is a very liquidy product, but it does give really good coverage, so you don't need a ton of it. So I think I will probably be working on this all year long. And part of the reason for that is because this is my category that I want to work on. I want to work on foundations in general. I have about 10 foundations in my collection right now. So I want to basically 3 of the 4 weeks in a month, I want to use one of the other foundations in my collection so I can really test it, see if I love it, want to keep it. And then the other week of that month, I will be using this foundation. So when I do that, to make sure I test all my foundations, I might get a few more throughout this year. We'll see what happens. Or maybe I'll have 1 month completely dedicated to this. We will see. I like this product. It is older. I want to use it up, but I don't want to neglect my other foundations either, and it just takes me so long to get through foundation. Even though I love a full coverage look, I just don't cake on that much foundation. So anyway, I want to use that up completely. Kind of nervous about it for some reason. Then I have a concealer combo, and the first is the Benefit Boiing Cakeless concealer. This is the shade number 2, and this is too dark for me, so I do have to mix it with this lightener. And this looks like a good amount of product, but I think it's because this sticker is like really covering up the amount you have down here. But it has 5 mils or 0.17 fluid ounces, so it's not near as much product as a Tarte Shape Tape. So I think it will be possible to get through this if I really dedicate a lot of time to using it. But I do have to use a good bit of this lightener, which is the ColourPop No Filter Concealer in Fair 00, which is the pure white shade. This one has 4 grams in it. So Benefit only has 1 more than a ColourPop. And if you've tried to use up a ColourPop concealer before, you know it's pretty easy. Now this is not gonna be as easy because it's a white. I'm not using as much, but we'll see how it goes. I don't love this concealer very much. It's not terrible, but I definitely want to use it up, and I don't plan on repurchasing it. But out of all the concealers in my collection, this is the one I want to work on. So I had this sitting up overnight. You cannot see any progress, even though I have been using it. But with the ColourPop, it did mostly settle. So you can see I'm about right here. So these might take me majority of the year, and of course I do want to mix in using my other concealers as well, but focus on this one mostly. Next, I have a face powder rollover from last year. This is the Maybelline Superstay Better Skin Powder in number 10 Porcelain. This is in my winter project pan, and I already have greatly expanded the pan since I showed this in the intro for that video, which I will link in the cards. So this is where I am now. That is a pretty good chunk of pan, which makes me super happy. My goal is gonna be to finish this completely. I love this powder, but I don't really go for pressed powder anymore. I do have a backup of this one as well. Depending on how long it takes me to get through this or how I feel about this product by the time I use it up, I might end up rolling in that second powder. So we'll see. I don't wanna do it now just in case I change my mind, but very happy with the progress that I'm making on that one. And the next thing I'm really excited about, so I was watching a video from Kyla Fish, who actually may have done this video as well, now that I'm thinking about it, the products I want to use up in 2021. If she did, I'll link it down below too. But she, in her year-long project pan for 2020, is working on an Hourglass face palette, and I thought this might be fun as well. She has had some really good success in getting through hers, so I'm thinking I want to try mine as well. Part of me, like, it makes me sad because I love this palette so much. It's so beautiful. I'm so glad out of all the different face palettes they've released, this is the one that I purchased. This has been the best one for me, but I don't use it enough. But I want to hit pan because I think that'd be a great accomplishment, but then I ain't gonna think it's as beautiful because I don't want to hit pan on everything. So I still want to challenge myself. I want to put this in here. So my goal is going to be to hit pan on these 2 powders, and I believe that this is the finishing powder in Soft Light, and this is Filtered Light. So this one I'm gonna basically be using to softly highlight the center of my face, I'm thinking, because I cannot use that as a face powder. Too dark, not glowy enough to be an actual highlight on my skin tone. And then this middle shade here, I'm gonna be using as a light bronzer base, and then I'll be putting another bronzer product on top of it. So out of all the products in here, those are the 2 that I'd be totally fine using up. The other ones I like a lot more than those, so that's why I want to focus on those. My goal for right now is gonna be just to hit pan, but depending on how that goes, I may change my goal to be to finish them completely. We'll see. These are so small, and even though they look small in camera, when you see one of these palettes in person, you're like, where's the rest of it? But anyway, I'm really excited about this. So thank you, Kyla, for putting that in your video because it challenged me. Next, I've got my 3 rollover bronzers from last year's project, and I, for some silly reason, thought I would use all of these up, and I sure as hell didn't. So I'm hoping it can happen this year because I've made progress on all of them since last year, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So my winter bronzer is Benefit Hoola. I need to repress this one. I have not done so yet. It's such a thin pan, but the product is pretty firmly pressed, and it just takes forever to get through. I'm hoping when I repress it'll be a little bit easier, a little bit more powdery, but I'm really not sure. But this is the bronzer I would love to finish in winter, so I need to repress it like tomorrow. or today. And then my spring bronzer is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Bronzer. So this is where we are. I have a lot of pan, and then the product that is left is pretty thin and powdery, but it seems like even more pigmented than before, so I don't need as much. This is such a good color for me as well. Then for my fall bronzer, I have a mini of the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil, and this is where I'm starting here. So as you can see, I've already repressed this one, and I don't have a ton of product, but when this repressed, it was not very powdery either. So they're gonna take me a minute to get through. I also have backups of all three of these bronzers because I love them so much, but that's definitely why I wanna get these used up and out of my collection so I can start working on the others. So we'll see how it goes this year. Next, I've got some setting sprays. So I actually have a pretty large setting spray collection right now, and I really don't like to pass on setting sprays very often because it's something that I can get through. So this year I'm gonna be working on several, but I'm repurposing some of these. So I have these 3 mini scented MAC Fix Plus sprays, and I've decided I would like to use these up as primer sprays. So I have 4 in here that I'm gonna be working on, one of these for each season, similar to how last year's project, I had 4 bottles of the Smashbox primer water. That was a travel size. So I have 1 of the original because I actually have 2 other minis in my collection. So I want to use up one of these, and I bought a full-size duo pack from TJ Maxx because I can't help myself. So yeah, I need to use this up as well. These little minis come with 1 ounce of product. So that is the original, and then the scented versions are rose, lavender, and coconut. So my plan is to use rose for winter. I've already started working on this one. Lavender for spring, coconut for summer, and then the original for fall. So I'm going to use those all as primer sprays. And then the oldest setting spray in my collection right now, I believe, is the MAC Fix Plus Matte Setting Spray. I actually really do like this one, but I want to get this used up. So I'm about right here. So I do still have a ton of this left. This comes with 3.4 fluid ounces of product, which is quite a lot. This is something that does have a bit of like powder in here, so you do need to shake it up. And I do sometimes get a little bit of those white dots, not as bad as the Too Faced Peach Perfect Setting Spray though. So I would like to get all of those used up, and I'm definitely going to focus on this one as my main one, but I'm sure I will put other setting sprays, especially minis, because I do still have some more minis, into different project pans. That's all for face. So I have 1 eyebrow product I just decided to add in this morning. This is my Lorac Take a Brow Kit in the shade Blonde. I have this one and then a backup, and I just want to hit pan on the brow powder, the lightest shade. This is a nice warm tone color that goes with the color I dye my hair. I'm not gonna dye my hair again until after I have my baby, which, oh my gosh, I need it so bad, but I will wait until after I have my baby, and then this will match me really well. But I love this powder. I just haven't been using brow powder hardly at all over the past year or 2, so I definitely want to get some use out of this, get back into brow powder. And I'm going to use it in combination with other things as well. But my goal will be to hit pan on this one. Maybe a challenge to get myself back in the swing of things into using that on a daily basis. Next, I have some eyeshadows I will be using to set my primer. These are rollovers from last year as well. I knew I was not going to finish these last year because I've worked on some eyeshadows from theBalm before, but I just want to show you guys my progress on them. So these are 2 matte shades from theBalm from their Meet Matte palettes. This is Matte Malloy, which is a matte white, and this is, I believe, Matte Lynn, which is a matte cream shade. It's a little peachy. I'm using this one to highlight under my brow bone and this one to set the primer in my crease. I do not set the primer on my lid because I'm usually going in with a cream shadow base and I don't want it to get chunky, but I do this step every single day. I'm really happy with the pan I have so far because you get so much product in these shadows, but I love this formula. This is the best matte white I've ever used. So yeah, basically I'm probably gonna be using these all year long, but I love them and I just want to be showing you guys the progress I make on those. Next, I have 2 Laura Mercier Caviar sticks I would like to use up, and that's because these are about 2 years old in my collection and I love them so much, but I want to move them out. And these are the shades Intense Rose Gold and Intense Moonlight. So the intense versions have more glitter than the originals, and while it can be pretty, I actually like the original formula a little bit better. So sorry, it's a little messy. One of these is in my winter project pan. That would be the shade Moonlight. This is a beautiful taupey color. I have barely used this one at all. I'm really nervous about finishing this because like I didn't wear it today because I'm using something a little bit more gold on the lid. So this isn't gonna go with everything I'm reaching for in my winter project, but I just need to try to use this more. So I would like to finish that completely. And then the rose gold shade, I think I should have no problem using up because I have like half the products left that I do in the Moonlight shade, and this will be something easy for me to wear spring, summer, and fall. It's definitely a lighter shade, has a little bit more of a warm undertone. So this one I will use up for sure, but I'm a little nervous about the Moonlight. Previously, I dug into these to use up all the products. I don't think I'm gonna do it this time because I have so many shadow sticks and I actually have a backup mini of the original rose gold, so I don't feel that I need to, but we'll see what happens. And now I'm only going to be including 1 regular powder shadow this year because I do still want to get use out of the products in my collection. I have a lot of palettes, but there is a rollover shade from last year that I would like to finish completely. And this is Anastasia Birkin, one of my favorite transition shades ever. I can wear it spring, summer, fall. I love this. This is what it looks like now. I do want to repress it to make it a little bit easier to use, but I definitely feel confident I will finish this by the end of the year. Same with this little baby eyeliner. This is the Maybelline Lasting Drama Liner in Striking Copper. I love this color. I love this formula so much. It was unfortunately discontinued, but I do have a backup of this, which is why I want to use it up. And it's such a small nubbin left, but I do not cheat with pencil liners. I don't need to sharpen it every time I use it. It's going on the lower lash line. I don't have to be the most precise ever. So it's very creamy and very pigmented. And this is again something I'll probably focus on in summer and fall, but I really do hope to have it finished by the end of the year. Then I just have 4 lip products. I have 1 balm and then 3 colored products. I'm keeping it very simple with the colored lip products. I did not do well last year, so I want to pick products formula and color wise that I do see myself using up no matter kind of what's going on in the world, mask wise, baby wise. I wouldn't want to wear like a lip color like this just around the house with my baby, of course. So the lip balm type product is this Bite Agave lip mask. I know that these take people a long time to use up. I've already made some great progress on this one, so I'm currently right after this wording. And I just want to finish this by the end of the year. I think I can finish this probably by like the end of May. Possibly. I'm working on other lip balms as well. I'm mostly just using this like once or twice a day. So we will see, but I know that's going to take me a little bit longer to get through because of the texture of that lip product. Then we've got my 3 colored lip products. So the first one is a rollover from last year. This is the Buxom Full On Lip Cream in the shade Dolly, which is a beautiful mauve color. And I am about halfway done with this. I love this color. I love this formula. Would totally repurchase, but it is definitely one of the older glosses in my collection. I want to use it up. So this is in my winter project. So I'm hoping I can finish this before baby comes. And then these other 2 products are really easy to wear every day. And this first one is the Sephora Melting Lip Click in the shade Caramel. It's a really beautiful, warm, nudie shade. It's a really sheer formula, nice and glossy, very smooth. It is not long wearing, so I really think that I can blow through this pretty quickly. I don't think it comes with too much product. It is 1.5 grams, so we'll see. I might be underestimating this product, but we'll see how it goes. And then the other one is my Purse Gloss. This is a Milani Keep It Full Nourishing Lip Plumper in the shade Natural Luster. It's just a really pretty champagne colored gloss. And these come with a ton of product. It has 0.13 fluid ounces, and these come with a ton of product. It looks like 0.13 fluid ounces or 3.70 mils. And I love this formula so much. I actually got this as a freebie and I just want to use it up. I've had it for just a little while now, but it's so easy to throw on. Love the formula, love the color. It makes my lips look nice and full and glossy. And no matter what the year is going to be like for me, I don't know what Corona is going to be like, but I know that I have a baby. So I wanted to pick some achievable things, and I think it's going to happen. These are nice, easygoing colors and formulas. And those are all of the products that I would like to work on this year, and things that I think are going to take me a little bit longer than just a seasonal project pan. However, I am also planning on doing my 4 seasonal 10 pans, as well as the Partners in Cream project pan and my sample project pan. I'm thinking about joining in a couple other collab projects this year for fun, but we'll see how it goes. Like I said, I have no idea what this year panning is going to be like for me, but I'm feeling really motivated and really excited to work on these products, and hopefully I will have some good updates to share with you throughout this year. I would love to know what products you plan on focusing on using up in 2021. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.